The champagne was already cooling in the executive conference room. My assistant, Janet, had ordered it 3 days ago when the board meeting minutes leaked. I was getting the senior partner position at Morrison Associates. 7 years of 80-hour weeks, landing the biggest clients in the firm's history, all leading to this moment. Congratulations, Serena. Janet beamed as I walked past her desk at 7 a.m. I knew you'd get it. No one else even comes close. I smiled, but something felt off. The executive floor was too quiet. Through the glass walls, I could see my father, Robert Morrison, in his corner office with someone I didn't recognize. A young man, maybe early 20s, wearing an ill-fitting suit. Who's that? I asked Janet. Her smile faltered. Oh, that's Bradley. Mr. Morrison's girlfriend's son. He started this morning. Bradley. I'd heard the name at painful family dinners where Dad paraded Ashley, his 28-year-old girlfriend, while my mother pretended not to exist in her separate wing of their house. Ashley's son from a previous relationship, fresh out of college with a degree in communications from a party school. Started as what? I kept my voice level. I don't know. Mr. Morrison just said to give him an executive orientation packet. The ice in my stomach spread. Executive orientation. For a 22-year-old who'd never worked a day in his life. I walked to my father's office, knocked once, and entered. Serena. My father's face lit up with that practiced smile he used for clients. Perfect timing. I want you to meet Bradley Summers. Bradley, this is Serena, one of our best associates. One of our best. Not my daughter. Not our soon-to-be senior partner. Just one of the best. Bradley stood, extending a hand with cocky confidence that comes from never earning anything. Hey, Rob's told me a lot about you. Says you're a real workhorse. Workhorse. I shook his hand, noting the soft palms that had never seen a day of real work. Bradley's joining us in a very special capacity, my father continued. I wanted to tell you first, given your position. The board met last night for a final vote on the senior partner role. Here it comes. The moment I'd worked for since I was 15 and started filing papers in this office. The validation that I wasn't just the boss's daughter, but a force in my own right. We've decided to bring in fresh blood. New perspectives. Bradley will be our youngest senior partner in firm history. The words hit like physical blows. I felt Janet's shocked gasp from outside the glass walls. Every associate on the floor was watching, witnessing my humiliation in real time. I see, I managed. Based on what qualifications? Now, Serena. My father's voice carried that warning tone I'd heard all my life. Bradley has fresh ideas. He understands social media, modern marketing. He's never practiced law, I interrupted. He doesn't even have a law degree. He doesn't need one for the business side. He'll be managing client relations, bringing in new accounts. You mean my job? The job I've done for 7 years. The job that brought in $45 million in billings last year alone. Bradley shifted uncomfortably, but his smirk remained. Look, Serena. Right. I'm sure we'll work great together. Rob says you're amazing with the detail work. I'm more of a big picture guy. The big picture, I repeated slowly. Tell me, Bradley, what's your vision for the Yamamoto Industries account? The what? Yamamoto. Our second largest client. They're considering expanding into European markets, but facing regulatory challenges in Germany and France. How would you handle that? He looked at my father helplessly. Well, I'd need to review the files. You'd need a law degree first, I said. And maybe 5 years of international trade experience. Serena, that's enough. My father's face had turned red. Family supports family. You of all people should understand that. Family. There it was. The word that had defined my life and limited it. Family meant I worked twice as hard for half the recognition. Family meant I couldn't leave for another firm without being called a traitor. Family meant watching my father give my promotion to his girlfriend's unemployable son. You're right, I said calmly. Family first. I turned and walked out, ignoring my father calling after me. At my desk, I pulled out my laptop and began typing. Janet hovered nearby, wringing her hands. Serena, I'm so sorry. Everyone knows you deserved. Janet, I need you to print out all my client contracts. Personal service agreements, not firm contracts. Her eyes widened. All of them, every single one. While she scrambled to the printer, I crafted my resignation letter. Short, professional, effective immediately. Then I made a phone call. David, it's Serena Morrison. I'm ready to discuss your offer. Yes, the one I turned down last month. No, I haven't lost my mind. How does lunch sound? David Kastner had been trying to poach me for 2 years. His firm, Kastner, Black & Associates, was Morrison's biggest rival. They'd offered me senior partner 6 months ago. I'd turned it down out of loyalty to family. Loyalty. What a joke. By noon, I'd cleared my office. The resignation letter sat on my father's desk while he was at lunch with Bradley, probably celebrating at the club. I'd timed it perfectly. Serena. Michael Yamamoto's voice boomed through my phone as I sat in my car. Janet says you're leaving Morrison. Please tell me this is a negotiation tactic. It's not. I've resigned, effective immediately. I wanted to call you personally. Where are you going? Kastner, Black & Associates. When do you start? Monday, technically, but we'll have our files transferred by Friday. Send me the new engagement letters. I blinked. Michael, you don't have to. Serena, I hired you, not Morrison. When you saved our Tokyo deal, when you spent 3 weeks in Japan fixing their mess, where was Robert Morrison? Playing golf. You've been managing our account solo for 3 years. We go where you go. The calls continued. Elizabeth Chen from Syntec. The Hoover Foundation. Brennan Pharmaceuticals. One by one, my clients confirmed what I'd suspected. They were loyal to me, not the Morrison name. By 3 p.m., my phone exploded with calls from my father. I let them go to voicemail until he showed up at my apartment that evening, pounding on the door. Open up, Serena. We need to talk. I opened the door but didn't invite him in. He looked disheveled, his perfect silver hair mussed, his tie askew. 45 million, he spat. You took 45 million in billings with you. I didn't take anything. Those clients made their own choices. You ungrateful. He stopped himself, visibly trying to regain control. Serena, sweetheart, let's be reasonable. Come back. We'll work something out. Maybe a co-senior partner position. With Bradley? The big picture guy who doesn't know our second biggest client. He needs mentoring. You could teach him. I'm done teaching unqualified men how to do jobs they didn't earn. I'm done being the workhorse while other people get the glory. I'm done with family first, when family means everyone but me. You're my daughter. When it's convenient. When you need someone to work weekends. When you need someone to save deals. But when it's time for recognition, then I'm just one of our best associates. His face crumpled. Ashley said Bradley needed a chance. She said it would mean so much to her. And what about what would mean so much to me? Your actual daughter? The one who built half your firm's value. You're being dramatic. A few clients. Michael Yamamoto alone is 12 million in annual billings. Syntec is 8. Brennan is 15. Should I continue? He paled. They'll come back. The Morrison name. The Morrison name means nothing to them. I saved Yamamoto's Tokyo deal. I navigated Syntec through their FDA nightmare. I restructured Brennan's entire international division. Me. Not you. Not the Morrison name. Me. I'll sue you for breach of contract. Non-compete clauses. Try it. I smiled. I wrote those contracts, remember? I know every loophole. Besides, you want to go public with why your daughter left? How you gave her earned promotion to your girlfriend's unemployed son. How that decision cost you 45 million in billings. I'm sure the board would love that. He deflated like a punctured balloon. Serena, please. The firm, without those accounts. You should have thought of that before you decided Bradley's feelings mattered more than my career. It's not like that. Ashley, she's important to me. I love her. And I'm your daughter. That should have been important too. I closed the door on his protests. Through the peephole, I watched him stand there for a full minute before finally leaving. Monday morning, I walked into Kastner, Black & Associates as their newest senior partner. David had given me the corner office, a signing bonus that made my eyes water, and complete autonomy over my client base. Welcome to the team, David grinned. Morrison's loss is our gain. I heard Robert's been calling every client in his database, trying to convince them to come back. Any luck? Elizabeth Chen told him where he could shove his Morrison legacy. Michael Yamamoto was less polite. I settled into my new office, larger than my father's, with a better view. Janet had followed me, along with 3 other associates from Morrison who'd watched my humiliation and decided they wanted to work somewhere merit mattered. The first month was a whirlwind of success. My clients transitioned smoothly. New ones who'd heard about the drama came calling. There's nothing like a good David and Goliath story to make lawyers circle like sharks. Then came the text from my mother. Your father is not doing well. I called her that evening. Defined not well. The firm lost 2 more major clients. The board is asking questions. Ashley left him when the money got tight. Took Bradley with her. And he realizes what he lost. Not just the clients, Serena. You. Too little, too late. He's your father. He was my boss first. That was his choice, not mine. 3 months into my new position, Morrison Associates announced layoffs. 20% of staff. My father stepped down as managing partner. The board brought in outside management to stop the bleeding. He called me from a number I didn't recognize. Congratulations, he said when I answered. You destroyed what took me 30 years to build. No, Dad. You destroyed it the moment you chose nepotism over merit. I just refused to stay and watch it burn. Bradley was a mistake. I see that now. Ashley, she played me. Bradley wasn't the mistake. He was the symptom. The mistake was never seeing me as anything more than free labor with the Morrison name. I saw you. You saw a workhorse. Your word. Not a successor. Not a partner. Not even a daughter worth fighting for. Silence stretched between us. Finally, he said, "Is there any chance? Any way to fix this? You could have fixed it by giving me the promotion I earned. You could have fixed it by introducing Bradley as what he was. Your girlfriend's son who needed a junior position to learn the business. You could have fixed it by seeing me as more than just another associate who happened to share your DNA. I'm sorry. I know. But sorry doesn't rebuild bridges you burned while I was still standing on them." I hung up. Outside my window, the city sparkled with possibility. My assistant knocked. The Yamamoto team was here for our quarterly review. I had a new associate to mentor, one who'd earned her place through talent, not connections. 6 months later, I heard through the grapevine that Morrison Associates had been absorbed by a larger firm. My father retired early. Bradley, last I heard, was working at a car dealership. Ashley had moved on to another executive with a son who needed a boost. Me? I made full partner at Kastner, Black & Associates in record time. My client base had grown to 60 million in billings. I'd built something my father never could. A reputation separate from my name, based solely on what I could do. Sometimes I wonder if he regrets that day in his office. If he replays it like I do, seeing all the moments he could have chosen differently. But mostly, I don't think about it at all. I'm too busy building my own legacy. One that doesn't require anyone else's name to prop it up. One where family means the people who support your success, not the ones who expect you to sacrifice it. My father taught me that family comes first. He was right. I just had to learn that sometimes the family that matters is the one you choose. The clients who followed me, the associates who believed in me, the partners who saw my worth. That's my family now, and I'll never put them second to anyone.